Let's get salty!
Everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new Cataclysm card review where we are starting now for the next 3 days, I believe, or I guess we started yesterday. Every day we're getting a Colossal reveal, and today is the Druid Colossal, and my god, the stats on this thing, it's just crazy the amount of stats they are pushing on these cards. We saw with the Hunter one yesterday, like infinite extensions. Well, this is going to be one annoying Colossal as well that you are going to want to remove everything or you're screwed, basically. So we're going to review this card. It's a Colossal. It deserves its own review. Plus, it's the only card today. What else am I going to do? So yeah, we're going to review this card. And if you want to win this card or any of the other cards of this expansion, we are giving away 2 regular pre-orders and 1 mega bundle out of my pocket. To enter that giveaway, like and comment in the video, link down description below, the one with that thumbnail over there. Be subscribed to the channel. Every 1,000 subs we get until the whole tavern pass, the rewards track refresh is posted. I want another mega bundle, so hit that sub button, make me go baroque. And you guys have been incredible, by the way. This has been an insanely hype expansion reveal season so far, and if you can't tell, I'm really excited about Colossals and Cataclysm, and that includes the latest Colossal, the Druid one here, the Wicker Fang, a 6 mana 0/5. It's a 6 mana 0/5. For 6 mana, it's gotta be better than that. Oh wait, I keep forgetting. There's texts on these cards. By the way, this is not a Herald class, so you cannot improve this or Herald the extensions. This is just straight out the gate what you're gonna get with this Colossal minion. Anyways, it's Colossal plus 4, and it reads, after one of Wicker Fang's legs gain stats, this gains them 2. And what are those legs? Well, they're these 1 mana 0/2s at the end of your turn, gain +1/+1. And I love the art. I'll cycle through the legs as we go. I don't know why I'm getting like Ewok vibes of like the Ewok village and what was the moon planet of Endor. I'm not gonna go into Star Wars stuff. I'm gonna misquote it and mess it up. Regardless, that is a lot of stats. So at the end of the day, when you play this, you're gonna get a 6 mana 0/5. You're gonna get 4 0/2s. At the end of your turn, the 0/2s will all turn into what, 1/3s? And then the body itself will get +4/+4. So it's a 6 mana 4/9 minion with all those other extensions and any buffs, right? Like they buff themselves obviously, but any other buff, like what, Mark of the Nature or whatever, you throw that on there, the +2/+3, that would buff Wicker Fang. And I'm thinking, like, I know it hasn't been meta yet, or, you know, it hasn't happened quite yet. The Druid quest reward, right? That weapon. Can you imagine if the quest is actually something you can complete and you play Wicker Fang, swing with that, give all the extensions +2/+2 plus Wicker Fang? Like, that could be an astronomical, insane amount of stats. However, there is some major drawbacks to this card, other than it is just an insane stat bomb, right? The amount of stats, you're getting 6 mana for 6 mana with literally no like requirement. This is just a card you can play in your deck. There's no build around, you just get a crazy thing. The main downside of this card, of course, just like the Hunter Colossal, is it doesn't do anything when you play it. It doesn't have rush, it doesn't have taunt, it is just a giant stat bomb. But with cards like, I'm wondering if this is why cards like Corpse Explosion, like Brawl are leaving. We'll have to see what board clears we get in the game, how, like, you know, resilient a minion like this can be, because you have to kill those, like, the little guys, otherwise the big guy's gonna get even crazier. And it's something to consider. It's gonna be a much different meta game than we've seen in standard for quite some time, unless of course they just make insane board clears to replace Brawl, to replace Corpse Explosion. We don't know, but a minion like this has a much better chance of surviving. But the other big deal is if it's not doing anything and your opponent's got a good board and they're just gonna kill you, what do they care, right? And I'm very happy that with cards like this that, you know, create a wide board that don't have necessarily immediate impact, there's not Bob to freeze your board and just you're sitting there doing nothing. Like, that's gonna be very, very nice. So this is definitely a card I would think that a token deck would go into, you know, or you go into a token deck, especially maybe that Druid Quest sees the light of day. I don't know if this would be like an imbued Druid card. Like, it's going to be weird to see what Druid's going to look like after rotation, but they got like the copy location stuff going on. I feel, and by the way, I believe if you copy the main part of a Colossal, it'll automatically spawn the appendages, right? Like if you copy a Colossal, you get the appendages. So if Elise gets nerfed with the copy thing, they still have a Jara with the copy thing. So again, there's going to be board space issues with that, but it's something as well to consider. So overall, this can be just like a win, not necessarily a win condition, but a complete swing type of card where if you're in a spot where you're not basically dead and you play this, your opponent's gonna have to spend their whole turn dealing with this. And if they don't, they're gonna die because there's just gonna be too much stats. You buff the board and every, you know, the main part gains that too. And it could be ×4, can be really crazy. So I'm gonna give this a 3 out of 5 in standard. This is definitely a card that could slot into like a token deck or just a mid-range deck. Like, it's just so many stats for 6 mana, right? And you can acceleration aura into this or innervate it out too, right? Like, you could play this earlier in Druid than, you know, normal, and maybe we don't know if we're gonna get more ramp or not. We have a 0 ramp outside of acceleration aura and innervate, but it's something to look forward to. I almost want to give it a 4 because you know a Druid's gonna find a way to get this out a little bit sooner, but I'll give it a 3 just for the amount of stats. The only drawback being that it's not like, you know, immediate impact. And then in Wild, yeah, I mean, you have Arbor Up. Like, you look at a card like Arbor Up, or you play like a Treant deck and then play like Cultivation and then for 0 mana and buff everything up. That could be pretty good. But again, there's no taunt, there's no immediate impact, and it's Wild. People are getting 20 eggs cracked on turns 3 and 4. It's really hard to compete with anything in that format right now. So even though there's a lot of token strategies, there's a lot more board buffs and really good stuff going on in that format. I gotta believe it's a 1. I don't think you're going to be playing this, although you could play this a lot sooner with all the different ramp options available for true to that format, so you never know. But again, if you want to ramp into something, you just want to ramp into an OTK, which they can, again, do with like Yesel and other stuff. So again, in Wild, we'll go with a 1, but my God, the amount of stats that they are putting on these minions is incredible. I guess they feel like, well, if we can't herald them, they got to really have a really nice big payoff right out the gate, because yeah, you can't upgrade this stuff unlike the other Colossals for the Herald classes that get their appendages and all that. Anyways, that's enough rambling. That's enough about one card, but I love me some Colossals. There will be, I believe tomorrow is the Mage Colossal, and the day after that, the Priest Colossal. So stay tuned for those reveals. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day and stay salty, my friends.